water with something he said earlier this week, Harry Douglas, when he was asked about going from Aaron Rodgers to his new quarterback now and Derek Carr. He said going from one Hall of Famer to another Hall of Famer is always an adjustment. And the world went nuts. I mean, Twitter went berserk.
Whoa.
Because I don't know if anybody's actually out here calling Derek Carr a Hall of Famer, right? And then it felt like he was putting Derek Carr in the same breath as Aaron Rodgers. With all of Aaron Rodgers' accomplishments, and of course the two-time back-to-back right now current reigning MVP, it felt a little out of place to kind of compare Derek Carr from that perspective. I didn't have a big issue with it because it's also just Davante Adams, like, standing up for his boy, right? I mean, this is his boy. This is the whole reason he went to Vegas. We know that. I mean, they were college teammates. They trained together in the offseason. They're BFFs. We know the whole deal. But he stepped in it, and he knew the minute that he said it. And then I think it was Josina Anderson who was doing the questioning, and she followed up, and he was like, oh, here we go. You know, he knew he stepped in it, and he did. So, of course, he's walked back the comments. He said, what I meant to say was even if you go from Hall of Famer to Hall of Famer, it's an adjustment. Even if it's a Hall of Famer to Hall of Famer, there's going to be an adjustment. I wasn't saying Hall of Famer Aaron to Hall of Famer Derek, so I'm not retracting my statement at all. He walks it back, goes on to talk about how great Aaron Rodgers is, yada, yada. I wonder, too, like, is this just going to permeate through the entire season where everything that Adam says we're dissecting is some sort of slight against Aaron Rodgers?
Well, I will say this, and a lot of people got to understand that these two guys, Derek Carr and Aaron Rodgers, Davante Adams, they played college together at Fresno State. Let's not forget, in 2 years, they had over 3,000 yards together and 38 touchdowns.
That was college, though.
I understand, but the connection, the chemistry is there. Right. I had the opportunity a few years back to go out to Oakland, California, and work out with Derek Carr, Davante Adams. At the time, it was Jordy Nelson and some other guys. And the chemistry that those guys had at that moment, I said to myself, at some point, they will play together in the National Football League. I didn't think it would be like at this moment right now, but I knew it was going to happen because they are best friends. They do a lot in the offseason. They always train together. And it's just there. The instant chemistry is there. That's why I believe it is different from another. You see a guy like Russell Wilson going to the Denver Broncos and having to build that rapport with his receivers. It's different with Derek Carr and Davante Adams because they've already been there, done it, and they have that. Their chemistry is going to be there. Now, is Davante Adams going to miss Aaron Rodgers? Let me just throw some numbers out there, Amber. Since the last 4 seasons, right? Completions, 425. That's first between them. Pass yards, over 5,200. That's first between them. Touchdowns, 47. That's first between them. Now, the difference is that when you look at Davante Adams in Green Bay, I thought things were harder, even though they looked easy to him, because you didn't have the other receivers complimenting them. When you look at I almost said Oakland, the Las Vegas Raiders, you look at a Hunter Henry, you look at a Darren Waller, you look at what Josh McDaniels is going to be able to provide run game-wise and what he's going to be able to draw up for this offense. I think things are going to be easier for Davante Adams. Now, is his numbers going to be, are they going to be a little bit different? Yes, they're going to be different because you have other guys that are going to take catches away from him. You have better players offensively on that roster when you look at the skill position players. So I think his numbers are going to be slightly different, but he's still going to get his. But now, if guys decide that they want to double-team Darren Waller or Hunter Renfrow, now you have Davante Adams one-on-one. If guys want to double-team Davante Adams and Darren Waller, now you got Hunter Renfrow one-on-one. Now you have a run game that's going to probably be thriving as well. So I think it's going to be different in those regards. But let's sit up here. Let's not sit up here, and that's why people upset me sometimes. We can't sit up here and act we can't act like Derek Carr is just trash. Derek Carr can play at a very high level.
He's not a Hall of Famer yet.
No. He's not a First of all, he got to win a playoff game first.
Right, exactly.
He has to win a playoff game first.
And then a Super Bowl also. Yes. And if we're actually going to have a real conversation
but we got
here
a problem
about the Hall
before
of
we
Fame.
walk, Amber. We got to win a playoff game first.
Right. Well, and that's why people were frustrated with the comparison. I mean, we can take issue with the fact that Rodgers has only won 1 Super Bowl as well and maybe hasn't lived up to the expectation that we have for him. But the second that you try to compare Derek Carr's journey to Aaron Rodgers' career, it just feels like a misplaced comparison.
Back-to-back MVP.
Exactly. And MVP. Reigning MVP at this point.
Yes.
Now, to your point about him missing Aaron Rodgers, I don't don't think he's going to miss Aaron Rodgers because this was the choice that Davante Adams made. And he obviously made this choice knowing, hey, I'm going from Aaron Rodgers, who most people consider the elite quarterback, to Derek Carr, who, yes, is a very good quarterback. He and Aaron Rodgers.
We got to be honest, though. Aaron Rodgers made Davante Adams make this choice. With the unknown of his future and how his contract is constructed, Aaron Rodgers made Davante Adams make this choice.
You don't think that this is something that Davante Adams would have maybe wanted to do anyways if he had the opportunity to go play back with his boy again and Derek Carr on a good Raiders team?
But Aaron Rodgers made it easier for him to make that decision with the unknown of his future. Because let's be honest, Davante Adams don't want to spend the rest of in his prime playing with Jordan Love. Did you see Jordan Love against the Kansas City Chiefs? It didn't look good. I seen body language by Davante Adams saying, "Damn, can Aaron please get back?" So
well, Aaron comes
Rodgers,
back,
he
and
Davante
Adams still chooses to leave after that point. So he could have reconsidered, right? But that man just signed a 5-year deal. So from the wide receiver perspective, as somebody who played in the league, you said his numbers are going to go down. Do you care? Like, if you're locked in for the next 5 years to your team, he just signed a new deal. Yeah. Is he going to care what the numbers are if they're scoring touchdowns and winning games?
No, he's not. And that's one of the things you love about Davante Adams is he's not a selfish guy. He's a team-first guy. And, yes, he's going from a 13-3, the last 3-year team in the Green Bay Packers, but they didn't reach a Super Bowl. And is the AFC West going to be tough? Is the AFC period tougher? Yeah. Yes. But I think Davante Adams, he showed you by going to the Las Vegas Raiders that he'd take his chances over there versus Green Bay. And that's what he did.
You said that there's the chemistry. We always hear that. Everybody tells us how much chemistry there is between these two. But it's not like they've been playing football together all this time. Like, I get they train together in the offseason. What does that mean, that they train? Like, is he actually catching passes from Derek Carr in the offseason, or are they lifting weights together and hanging out?
They're running routes.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I ran them with them. They're running routes.
So you feel like that they won't have missed a beat from Fresno? Because Fresno was a long time ago. Like, we all act like, yeah, well, they played college together. But, yeah, these dudes have been in the league forever.
Well, and I'll say this. You look at people like a Gronk and a Tom Brady, and granted they played together. But when Gronk came back from retirement, he didn't have to gain that rapport back with Tom Brady. They already had that, right? So, and you look at the game against Dallas when they seen a defensive end was going to be guarding Gronk, right? And they just know each other and read each other's minds. It's something to be said for that. When you train with a guy every year in the offseason, you play with him in college, you're best friends, you're around each other a lot of the times you're going to be able to read each other's mind. At the line of scrimmage, you don't have to give a hand signal. Y'all may have talked about something on the couch while you're eating popcorn, watching a movie with your family and whatnot, and you look at each other and you just automatically know it's going to be there.
So it's like riding a bike. Getting right back on that chemistry between a quarterback and a wide receiver. This is Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, Amber Wilson, and Harry Douglas filling in for the guys. You mentioned the AFC. Coming up next, we are going to talk about who is the team